The number one point guard by a lot of recruiting services, one of my favorite players in this class. Probably, I think I would give him the distinction of the best point guard in this class. My favorite point guards between him and my dog Ron Rippey, who's also a really good player. But Dylan Mingo, 6'5". I call him Kadari Richmond with a jumper. I think he's special. Now his visit list has been very interesting to say the least. Goes out to Washington. Shout out to Washington, by the way, and Danny Sprinkle. Those visit pictures were special. Goes to Miami. Has some other schools that are also in for him as well. UConn visit for him too as well. And now he will be visiting Penn State. The Penn State Nittany Lions this weekend for a really big football game, by the way, to Penn State will be taking on Oregon at home. So that'll be rocking night game at Happy Valley. That'll be very, very special. But Dylan Mingo, like I said, the point guard, number one point guard in the class, his brother is currently going to be a freshman at Penn State. A good player in his own right, too, by the way. Really, really interested to see what he looks like with Penn State this year. But I guess, Riley, I'll throw it to you for your Dylan Mingo thoughts and then also like Dylan Mingo is visiting Penn State.
Yeah, first off, first thoughts. Agree with everything you said. Like just enticing to have a 6'5", 6'6" point guard who can keep the ball on the string, really good passer, developing jump shot. The defense, I think, is the biggest sell here. It's so tantalizing. Like you go back and watch him play Darius Acuff at IMG last year when he was on Long Island Lutheran, held Acuff to 8-20 from the field. I think he was 3 for 11 from three. Long Island Lutheran won the game. Mingo conversely shot 4 for 6 from the field in like a smaller role, 14 points. Got the better of him more often than not. And I think that to me, like, stamps what he can do playing up a level or against, I should say, an older player and just putting the handcuffs on him and making life really tough on him. Some of the misses he forced on Acuff were like air balls. So I'm a big Mingo believer. I love his game. Now we got the good out of the way. Let's talk about this visit here. So, Cart, I'm gonna ask you to harken back a few years. Remember in the 2010s when FOE tattoos became a thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Family over everything. Yeah, I have an addendum here.
Please.
FOEBAMRCT.
What's that stand for?
Family over everything but a besides a Mike Rhodes coach team.
Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm, that's a difficult thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girls' sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big Juice guy, love his wife. Love Claire Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more.
I honestly might get that tat on my calf next to my Joker tattoo a week from now. I swear.
Family has Family has to have its visits. Excuse me, family has to have its limits. You can't go to Penn State to be with Caden. The move here is to just go play for UConn. Malachi Smith is graduating after this year. You tell Hurley, like, let my brother Caden be in that Malachi Smith role. I want to play with him. But he's got to come to me. I'm not going to him.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with exactly what I want to say. Family is everything to a certain extent. To when family doesn't become when family isn't everything is playing basketball for Penn State, respectfully. The Big Ten did a thing where not every team made the tournament, right? For the Big Ten tournament, they did for 1 year and 1 year only. One of the teams that will forever have that distinction of missing it is Mike Rhodes with Penn State. And frankly, they stunk. And also this year they're going to stink again. And I think that that team is probably going to stink until the end of time. So, like this to me, after a kid goes to Washington and goes to Miami and goes to these other schools, right? He's going to see his brother, free trip, and see a really good football game. That's all this is. I refuse to believe or pay this any mind. And then on top of that, you kind of said it here, Riley, but what are we doing here? UConn to Penn State? Like, what's the equivalent of that? Truly.
Penn State to Belichick coach UNC. I don't know.
Like I don't even know like what that's like going from like raising canes or something like that and then going dumpster diving for chicken tenders. Like with all due I'm sorry, like I don't mean to just harp on Penn State's basketball program here, but like what are we doing here, right? Like there's
Yeah,
no way
just
we got to actually pay this any mind.
has Dylan Mingo done any graphics? Like, if you can, Penn State should have been thrown on like the top 8 graphic as a courtesy, and then you schedule the visit for November, and then you're committed by late October.
Right. Like
Like that was the move here. Like, oh yeah, I'll visit. I'll come chill with Caden. But I mean, to your point, if he's just there for the football game and to hang with his brother, I can't hate on it. It's just don't make this any more of a thing than it needs to be if you're Dylan Mingo.
right, because if like listen, you go to Penn State, you easily shoot up as the most unserious recruit in the class. And we can't have that. You're too good. You're too talented. Listen, like you said, Riley, family over everything, asterisk.
But besides a Mike Rhodes coach team.
Besides a Mike Rhodes coach team. All right. But yeah, not really gonna pay this too much mind. It'll be interesting to see what comes out after this visit, I must say. But Dylan Mingo visiting Penn State. Really good family, man. Honestly, all this tells me if I'm recruiting him, really good family person. Loves his family, loves
True.
his brother, because he's
Good
actually
kid.
visiting Penn State officially
Yeah.
too, by the way, I must say. But shout out to Dylan Mingo. We'll see what happens after this visit, see what comes out after that, and we'll have updates here on the channel for the best point guard in the class of 2026.